reason, it still looks like the mic is being too quiet on my end, though. Maybe I just need to talk louder.
Maybe.
Am I quiet on your end?
You sound fine to me.
Yeah, and you sound fine, too.
Oh, yeah.
I got a face for radio. That means I'm ugly. You were just looking like, what? Oh, I just saw a cat blur go by you. It was on the ground walking to the kitchen.
It has to be Luna because that was dead on the couch.
Oh, I hope you mean sleeping.
I hope so, too.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he is an old cat.
Oh, poor dude. He's fine.
I want to say... Oh, Jesus, how old is he now? Oh, shit, Sherlock.
What?
Callie's... I can hear Callie in the background saying old.
Did you expect any other type of answer?
Fair enough. Yeah, he's got to be about 12, 13 years old at this point.
Wow. Elfie's only 10. 11 this year now, actually, I think. No, 10. 10 this year. I got it. Because this is our 10-year anniversary together, too.
Oh.
Yeah, I ironically enough, I think Elfie is 3 months... She was 3 months old when Meg adopted her, when I came out here to visit her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was like 3 months into our relationship as well. So Elfie is like literally as old as our relationship is.
Yay!
How weird. Wonder if that means when she's gone, we're done. She's the glue holding everything together.
Do 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 do. Dun
There's
dun
be some
dun.
Twilight Zone shit. That'd be interesting.
Gotta get you a new kitty.
No thanks. We've got enough animals, especially with the kids. It's like having 5.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have that many in your house.
Mm-hmm. 2 cats and a dog, and then 2 children.
And it used to be more.
What?
Didn't you have 2 dogs at one point?
No. Oh, shit, I forgot. Yes, we did at some point. Yes.
See?
Not anymore.
I'm not going bonkers.
No, you're not. Well, not yet. Just wait. Give it a little time.
Yeah, I know, right?
So we're back. It's nice to see you again, even though I just saw you 3 days ago? 2 days ago?
Very true, but people won't know that until
2 weeks from now.
yeah.
That's a tease. There you go. You have something to look forward to. We're recording out of tune. No. Out of sync. No. Out of order. That's the word.
Yeah.
I couldn't think. I'm tired. It's been a long Monday.
Yes, it has. It's going to be a long week because I got to clean up my backyard and load up a whole bunch of shit in the back of the truck throughout the week just to throw it in my parents' dumpster.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a long week too. Like maybe the week is going to go by quick, but this weekend is going to go so long.
Why, you say that? Or does it just feel like that?
Because Meg is flying out to California for the weekend, and she'll be back on Monday, Tuesday. So it's just me and the kids. It's going to be a long weekend.
Going out to visit Bri Bri?
Yep.
And Billy.
Yep, going out to see them, and she wanted to go see, she wanted to go ride, what was it, Splash Mountain one more time out there in Disneyland before they closed it.
Oh,
Since they closed the one in Disney World.
yeah, I forgot that they haven't done that yet.
Yep. So one last hurrah.
And then the next time, it's Tiana!
Yay. Hope they put the Firefly in there.
That's got to be a big part of it. I don't...
He was kind of a main character for one part of it.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, at least the storyline for the ride is supposed to be like after the movie. So
They've had a couple different stories, like in different mediums, like after the movie. Like Amelia's got one of those 5-minute bedtime stories that's all about the princesses, and
Yeah.
Tiana, like, she goes to, was it New York to meet her cousin and her cousin's band, and ends up getting them signed, like, to a library that will accept bands because everybody else wouldn't take them because they were booked.
Oh, jeez. Huh?
This is interesting.
Very true.
She's a problem solver.
She can't bring people back from the dead, though.
What? What?
You were hoping the Firefly would be back for the ride. He's dead.
Oh, I don't remember that. I've seen the movie twice, and that's the only character that's really stuck out to me, besides the alligator.
He got straight up murdered.
I don't remember that. Why do you have to do this to me? I need to go watch the movie again.
He got squashed like a bug.
He was a bug. Now you made me sad.
I'm sorry.
That was your last couple weeks, party pooper.
I've had my ups and downs,
Yeah.
but it's been interesting.
Interesting is a word, I think, for both of our ends.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's been busy in like a weird way. Not even so much as like a productive busy. It's just constant shit happening.
Pretty much. Between shit on our end, shit on your end, the girls getting sick, me not being able to sleep.
Gotta take better care of yourself.
I know, I'm trying.
We're working on that. Oh yeah, I've lost count now, but we need to get a weigh-in to see how much progress you made.
Yeah. I'll see that. I'll have to see the at some point.
I bet I can find out how long it's been.
This is now a health podcast.
Since January 23rd, so it's been over 4 months. 4 months,
Yeah.
over 4, since it's May now.
I'd say that.
Not bad.
I want to say one of the last times I went to the doctors, they said I was like 360 something. Seeing as the beginning of the year, I was like in the 370 range. So I must be going down. I just don't know what I am now.
Well, your doctor's number is smaller than the number you just said, so that's progress.
This is true.
Yay! That's good.
Yes, it is. Now, hopefully, I
Keep
can
going.
Now, hopefully, I can get under the Thunderland. By the time
Fuck is a Thunderland?
300.
I've never heard it referred to that, so news to me.
I didn't know a way to say it because I know you can say get into Wonderland is the 100 range, but
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
You thunder from down under. Wait, that sounds bad. Hang on. I need to rethink this. Ay. You doing okay though? Life's good. Anything interesting happen? Like fun stuff?
Well, you already know about this part. I've already been really getting into Destiny again. Thank you, thanks to you and Brian.
You're welcome. It's fun, ain't it?
Yes, it is. I'm very addicted.
Okay, now after our podcast on Saturday, how do you feel about the story? Like, do things make more sense too? Are you more excited to learn more about it, or is it still the same?
I'm even more confused, but I understand more, and I'm even more confused, but yes, I'm very excited.
So you're on the right track.
Yes.
You're good.
I think if I am starting to feel like I would want to start a new character just to revisit everything. That, and I've always played Warlock since D1, so might as well try out Titan or Hunter. Yeah.
Who do you think you would pick next?
I might go Hunter,
Wow.
to be honest.
I figured you'd go Titan, because that would be, to me, their game style or play style is the most similar.
Really?
And just control feel, yeah.
Who? Titan and Warlock?
Mm-hmm. The way they control is really similar compared to the Hunter.
Oh, no shit. Well, the main reason I was thinking Hunter was because, like we said, oh no, actually. Okay, this is going to be a sneak peek to one of the next episode, but where my favorite character was Cade 6, Hunter, you know.
Never heard of him.
Boo.
Anyway.
But yeah, I think it'll be fun. Not, I'll be very tempted because you know how, like you said, if you really don't want to upgrade it, you can like fast pass everything to get you matched up. I'm gonna be very tempted, and I'm gonna try not to.
Dude, leveling is a slog sometimes because you've noticed that after you hit the soft cap, you just have to grind pinnacles and powerful engrams to get your level up higher.
Yeah.
So you're getting there; it just takes a while,
Right.
and you're gonna have to redo that all again on another character.
The
The cool thing about having one leveled character already, though, is that you can pass your strongest weapons onto your other character, and then it'll start bumping up what gets dropped for them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yay.
You're kind of tempting me here.
You also, with all this Destiny talk, you inadvertently answered a question I was going to ask you, is if you played anything recently besides your slime game. But of course it's been Destiny.
And I don't think I've yeah, it really was Destiny because I've played since the Dreamlight update. I really haven't played much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went back on towards the end for the Easter thing, but it wasn't. I don't know. Easter wasn't a great holiday event in my opinion. It was annoying.
It's
More
just
than
like all the other events and games, and it's find the bunnies, collect the eggs. There you go.
pretty much. I enjoyed the Christmas one a hell of a lot more, but hey, can't win them all. What I do want to do is at least complete the Star Path because I want all the attractions.
I do like the attraction stuff on that too. That's what we were doing.
Right.
I think when we first started that, like that's all Meg focused on for like the first day was getting the Star Path stuff done.
I had the same idea, but then I got bored, and then we started playing Destiny again, and I'm like, I've noticed myself wanting to play that more than Dreamlight.
So it's really got you then, huh?
Yeah.
Going to sleep thinking about when you're going to play next.
Listen, I get that's basically what I do now. I get home. Once Sawyer goes to bed. I'm either logging onto the PlayStation on the computer or logging onto the PlayStation in the living room if Callie's not using it.
Damn, it's really got you then.
Yep. You gave me the crack.
You got it bad. I'm sorry. Hey, guess what? This week, Guardian games start.
Yay! What are Guardian games?
God damn it. The best explanation I can give you... Hang on. Let's introduce this before we get any further, because it's been a little bit. And then we can start talking about that.
Sure.
Because then that leads into everything else, since that's the event for this week. This is Ramblepack Podcast, episode 29. I'm your host, Adam.
And I'm your host, Mike.
And here we are again, after 2-3 weeks. We're back. And we'll be back next week, because we got to record leading up to when I'm leaving for vacation. But, yeah, we've already alluded to that. Anyway, Guardian Games is the in-game equivalent to the Olympics, but not to, like, that degree.
Okay.
It's more like each class is representing... your character in whatever class you pick is representing the classes overall. And you run different events or like whatever in the game, whether it's, I don't even know if Crucible counts. So you're running like strikes, nightfalls, doing things in Crucible and Gambit, raids, dungeons, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All that wearing the Guardian game stuff enables you to pick up or earn emblems, or not emblems, medallions.
Mm-hmm.
You deposit those medallions in the pedestal in the tower for your class, and at the end of the day, the totals are calculated, and they tweet out who's currently in that lead, and like for each, they do it a couple times a day, I think, and then like at the end of the day they'll say who wins, and then at the end of the week they tell you who wins, and it goes on for 3 weeks, I think, and whoever wins the most weeks out of the whole time gets a thing in game where there's a statue that represents each of the 3 classes. Like there's snake, there's an eagle, and a lion, I think. Each of those represents one of the 3 classes. The statue changes to be that class's character representation turns gold. So it's basically just bragging rights and stuff.
Is that
but it's
is
like
that
pitting each class against each other.
Is that the statue near Zavala? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. So who won last year?
Finally, last year, Warlocks won. Hunters won the first year. Titans won the second, I believe.
Okay.
I could have those switched around, but I think it's the Warlocks won last year.
Yay. So Warlocks are Eagles. Wheat.
Yes.
Yay, Warlocks! Let's do it again.
Well, unfortunately, I'm tripping over my words about it. Some people in the community, like, it's all in good fun, and then there's the other half that's like, no, we're really serious about this, but they're like, for Zavala and Lance Reddick, do we play Warlock because that was his main, or do we play Titan because that's what Zavala is? And some people are like, being silly about it, and other people are like really serious about it for some reason.
As long as nobody's being mean about it, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, they have a pretty cool game mode coming to Crucible too.
Okay.
It is your normal Crucible match, but instead of doing the normal matchmaking, you will be match made based on your class. So it will be a team of Hunters versus a team of Titans, or a team of Warlocks versus a team of Hunters, or something like that.
Oh shit.
Now, it would be cool if they did like 3-on-3-on-3,
Okay.
rather than just like 2 teams, because then all 3 classes could see what happens.
True.
But I thought that was a neat game mode.
Now my question is, would there be enough people at one time to do that?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm wondering how many
Absolutely.
matches would they be setting up at the same time, or would some people be waiting a little bit?
I mean, there's wait times already with them trying to populate matches based on... It's not even connection anymore. It's their... whatever algorithm they use for their matchmaking, which is all skill-based, I guess. And there was a whole problem with that, too, when they unveiled their SBMM to the community and put it in place. People were like, this ain't working, or this shit sucks, it takes forever to find a match, and they've just been fine-tuning it for a while.
Yeah.
So it's in a good place now. So I'm pretty sure that with how many people will join in to do Guardian games, it probably won't be a problem finding a match.
Nice. Now, how do they tell what kind of skill you are? Are they basing it off of the power level, or what?
No, it's all KD stuff.
Okay. So good chance. So when I start, because I don't do Crucible and all that stuff, they would match me up with other noobs as far as Crucibles go.
As far as they could, yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'm trying to find a way to pivot here to like the top of our list, because Joseph Staten was actually working at Bungie before he moved to 343.
Sounds like a good pivot to me.
Okay. So yeah, for like a little backstory on this, Staten was actually pulled in to help write the Halo Infinite ship and to get it back on track and get it shipped out the door.
Yeah.
Because it was in such a sorry state before. And just recently he left 343 and was like, yeah, I'm moving on to something, can't really talk about it yet, we'll let you know at some point when I can. And recently he just let everybody know that he's joining Netflix's video game division.
I'm curious as to how that's going to work.
I know, because one, I forgot that Netflix even had a games division, and two, they don't really have that many things out to begin with.
They have games?
Yes, they do. Do they have the I don't know what the sub name for it is, but do you know if I said the Telltale games, would you know what those are?
Yeah.
Okay. They have the Minecraft Telltale game up on Netflix where you can select your select the options as it's playing through the things itself.
Okay.
So the game's playing and then you get the options like you would in the normal game, and you could just pick from what to do, and it's a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Okay,
because you don't have a regular controller to walk around or anything.
Yeah, because I want to say I've only seen one other that's like that. Was Puss in Boots? They had a version of that.
Yes, they did. So, I don't know what that is. If I had to guess what Netflix's games division is going to look like, it's the only real vision I can see it being and working would be cloud gaming. Netflix is already an app that you subscribe to. You go in and you have games that you can pick to play from. And they started something like that before with the rental of games. Remember that short-lived project they did?
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know what they plan to do.
I have no idea. I would assume it'd be something along the same lines as Stadia.
Yeah. We all know how Stadia turned out. It was a good piece of hardware, just nothing to fill it.
True.
So, yeah. Dude went from Bungie to 343 and now Netflix.
I just want to know what they had in the pipeline that would interest him to abandon ship.
I don't know if he posted what his position is. Oh, okay. So it doesn't really say much, but he's just a creative director. Fuck me and my words. Creative director on a new AAA multi-platform game and original IP from Netflix Games. So I wonder if that means that they're making the game and publishing it, or if it's only coming to their thing. And he's basically going to be doing what he did at 343. Just keeping the ship on track and making sure things get out.
Right. I'm wondering if they might try to do the same idea as Ubisoft or whatnot, where they're partnered with Xbox. Well, Netflix will probably partner up with multiple platforms. And if you have a Netflix subscription and are part of these communities, you can play the games on there or whatnot for an extra fee or whatever.
It's its own subscription service thing?
Right.
I don't know. I'd like to know what Netflix Games is supposed to be, and then we can figure it out from there.
What the hell just happened? Sorry, computer bugged out a little bit.
Oh, I thought you broke something.
I probably did. But yeah, I'd be interested. Figure it out, because they have to come up with something nice, because their plans for the multi-account thing is going to piss off a lot of people. So.
Oh, are you talking about Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not exactly making the greatest business choices.
Pretty much.
I mean, there was already a mass exodus when they first announced it and started implementing it in places.
Right.
It's probably only going to get worse.
Also, doesn't help that at this point they're already one of the more expensive streaming services to begin with.
Yes, they are. Yeah. And there's no bundles or anything that I can recall thinking or hearing of either.
Right. I think the only reason we even still have it is because of Sawyer. Because I haven't touched it in a while.
I think you're right, because that's about the only reason why we have Netflix as well. I can't remember the last time we watched anything on there.
No.
Like, consciously, the only thing I can remember watching was the live-action TMNT 2 movie, Secret of the Ooze, and that was back in December. Amelia watches Gabby's Dollhouse all the time.
Yeah, so does Sawyer. It's Gabby's Dollhouse, True's Wonderful Wishes, Octonauts, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no.
So yeah.
No. And the only reason I keep it at the higher tier, because I don't know if Callie's parents watch it. And if they're using it on a regular basis, I don't want to drop it down to like a base tier or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sawyer, or they boot each other off, you know.
Yep.
So
it sucks.
Yep.
And now, only because you mentioned subscription services and stuff, I'm gonna bring up Ubisoft Plus because I find it funny. So Ubisoft used to have their own, like, system. Like, they had their own launcher, I think, even on the computer, and everything was run through their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they still do, or if they're backtracking on it now, but now they've kind of, like, moved on to Ubisoft Plus, which is the catalog of Ubisoft games that you can subscribe to for, what, $18 a month?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How many more subscription services do we need, Mike?
It's getting bad.
It's ridiculous now. Here's a fun thing. How much longer until we come for full circle and we're back to where we started with, like, cable, where everything is just in one package?
I would give it no time at all. I'm very surprised at how quickly it's gotten to the point it is.
It's just so fractured. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I was just talking to my father-in-law the other day about it. He cut cable and got YouTube TV so it can watch regular channels still. But
they nickel and dime you with all, like, the additional channels and stuff too, right?
Well, not only that, he needed to, because he still wanted to watch, like, the Red Sox games. But because they have the exclusive rights to their games, even if you have, like, NESN or ESPN or anything like that, Red Sox chooses where their games are going to be. So he had to subscribe to Fubo TV in order for him to watch the Red Sox games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a bit busy.
Mm-hmm. Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Yep. Anyway, Ubisoft Plus has now got its game catalog on Xbox. It's just like Game Pass. It gives you day and date, same day release with games that come out from Ubisoft, cross compatibility with PC, and it says 60 plus new games on Xbox. Oh, and you get an extra 10% off their virtual currency. Yay! For all your microtransaction needs.
Not like I was buying those anyways, but sure.
Hey, you said you were interested in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Oh, I made you stop.
Why, is that a microtransaction game? Because I wouldn't have.
It would not surprise me if they have a minute.
I can't say that I won't do microtransactions because technically the expansions and stuff to Destiny is a microtransaction, so in and of itself.
I would argue that the expansions are not. It's the buying silver and stuff from the Eververse store. That's the microtransaction part, because you're just buying, like, pieces of armor here and there, or glimmer boosts, or shaders, or ships, or ghost things.
Or a dungeon key.
Yeah, but that's it's not multiple purchases. It's just one solid one. You have access to it forever.
True, but let's say they did that to every single one of the expansions. Like, granted, they only did it for, luckily enough for me, they only did it for the Witch Queen. But imagine they had made you buy dungeon keys for each expansion.
You still have the 30th anniversary to do it too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's one more in there.
Fuck. But long story short, I can't say never. I'll never do something because clearly I've done it.
Yeah, look where you are now. You're like, I don't own any of these two. Hey, I got everything but this one. What does that tell you?
Means I got lucky with gift cards.
That is true, but you've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Yes, I have. I'm not going to say no.
Yay.
Well, speaking.
A lot of Sega news.
I was going to say speaking of microtransactions.
Where's this going?
Disney Speedstorm.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember when it was released, but earlier this month or last month, I should say.
2 weeks ago?
Was it
a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think it's a full release either. I think it's just like the early access.
Yeah, same idea as what they did with Dreamlight. You pay for the Founders Pack or whatever to play the game.
Yep.
Not exactly caring for the description that it's bare bones right now and microtransaction heavy.
Mm-hmm. So eventually they're just going to have microtransactions for like all the characters in it, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's not much to it right now because it's early access. It's only a couple, a couple racetracks, a handful of characters and carts and stuff, and that's basically it.
Yeah, but
everybody's got their own special abilities and stuff.
But here's my thing about that. If it's going to be a microtransaction heavy game, why make people pay for a Founders Pack?
Okay. Remember how I explained to you about Disney Dreamlight? It's a free-to-play game, but you can buy into it and you get all these special perks and stuff to go with it for early access.
Yeah, we did that, but as far as like the updates and stuff like that and the characters and everything like that, you already got it. Or are you talking about theirs as a similar system and the microtransactions are their version of the Moonstones?
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Although you might not... Well, I don't know if they're going to have their own currency. It might just be pay $5 and you get this character, or pay $5 and you get this themed set of stuff for your kart racer, where it's like a themed outfit that goes with their kart and maybe a sticker or whatever else to go with it.
Right. I don't know. At this point, I'm probably going to lean more towards waiting until it's... I'm not going to go the route I did with Dreamlight of this one.
You don't have total buy-in yet?
No. Unless I see more
you
that...
were excited about it, too.
I was at the beginning. Because it looked cool. But at the same time, if I'm going to have to keep spending and spending and spending, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can...
Well, that's the thing. With those games, you don't have to spend. You can to deck out your racer or whatever else. Yeah. But generally, it's just you hop in and drive.
Right.
So you don't have to.
You don't have to, but if...
But I'm sure it's incentivized.
Yeah.
They make you want to do it.
I'm good. I've gotten... At least Dreamlight hasn't gotten me that bad. Like, granted, I did the base Founders Pack, and then later on, when it was on sale, did the what is it, the Deluxe or the Ultimate or something like that? The top one.
The topmost one is probably Ultimate.
Yeah. Ended up doing that just because it was on sale, and I figured I'd be set for Moonstones for a while, especially with the Star Paths. I don't know. Made sense to me.
Hey, it's your money. Do with it what you want to. You're an adult.
Am I really?
I mean, physically.
Mentally, not so much.
Mentally, yay!
But, yeah. No.
So I know you know about Angry Birds. Tell me you played that game.
Oh, of course.
Like back on your phone. Okay. What did you think about the news from Sega?
I'm very curious as to why.
Me too, especially since it seems so random and out of nowhere.
Pretty much. I'm just wondering if we're going to see, like, I'm getting like the vibes of the Raymond Rabbids combo and how the Rabbids eventually got, mixed with Mario. I can just see the Angry Birds mixing with Sonic.
Yeah, I can see that too, but I don't know what they would do. To explain, Sega apparently has confirmed and maybe even completed at this point the purchase of Rovio, the makers of Angry Birds. They have been around since 2005, 6, 7?
Has it been that long? Holy crap.
Somewhere around that time, yeah. Smash hit with Angry Birds, and that just set everything in motion for them, and here they are now being bought by fucking Sega. My biggest wonder about that, too, is Ravio is mainly a mobile developer. Is Sega looking at, like, mobile ports of games?
I could see that happening. I think it would be pretty cool to play, like, the original Sega games on my phone. I can see that
how
happen.
that would affect deals with Nintendo, since they have it on their service, too.
What, the Sonic games?
You know, they have the Genesis collection on the Switch. I don't really remember what games are on it, but I do think Sonic the Hedgehog 1 is on it at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wonder if that's what they were doing, if that would affect anything.
I'm wondering if it's exclusive rights or anything like that.
I'm sure Sega probably owns the exclusive rights to do as what they will, but if they have any deals saying we have this game for X amount of time on our system or whatever until whatever, then they can't do anything about that.
Right.
But who knows what shit's in place?
Maybe.
Oh, also Sega unionized right after that.
Good for them. You should see more of that, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like the developers themselves. At least they'll have some sort of protection that way. But Sega didn't fight this. I think they were pushing forward with it, or it was like in talks with them, and they were all about it to keep them afloat.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Makes sense. Coming off the pandemic, got inflation up the ass.
I hope not. Sounds uncomfortable.
A little bit. That's inflammation, buddy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Got my inflammations wrong.
Both are not good. But yeah, no. Good for them. Hopefully it works out. I could have sworn there was something else with Sega.
Not Sega, but Sega adjacent.
Okay.
Monolith Soft, the company who makes Xenoblade.
Okay.
They have just announced and that they are increasing all their employee salaries starting last month.
Yay!
For all staff, everybody.
Can I work for them?
It'd be nice, especially if you like Xenoblade or Xenogears or Xeno whatevers.
They look pretty, and I need money.
Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So the gaming industry really isn't doing too bad if you're seeing all these moves happening.
I guess it would really depend on where you're looking too.
How so?
Depends on what side you're looking at. If you're looking at Xbox, you'd say it's not doing so hot.
Oh, fuck Xbox.
Well, damn. Excuse me.
Watch, I see Bill Gates knocking down my door.
What the fuck did you say to me? Fuck Xbox, fuck you.
Watching like the next 5 minutes, my computer starts shutting down. My Windows key is revoked.
Your bank account's drained. Your electricity goes off.
Like, son of a bitch.
Now you made me forget what I was going to say. Forgot where I was going after that. Yeah, I don't know. I do believe in favor of your argument. The gaming industry itself made more money overall than like movies and TV did.
Yeah.
Like just as an entertainment source. So, yeah.
Oh,
And believe it or not, the gaming industry is still not a very big industry.
it is not, but I can see it branching out a lot more.
The biggest problem that I keep seeing articles about lately too is the budget for making AAA tier blockbuster games is getting way too inflated and out of control.
Oh, absolutely. It's like the same thing with movies to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, from the commercials, Avatar 2 looked absolutely amazing, and I'm sure I'm going to be blown out of the water when I actually see it, but holy crap, the budget that they had.
Mm-hmm. But it's all coming from his own studio too.
Right. What was he saying? They had to break 1 billion or something like that in grossing just to make even?
Sounds about right.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, yeah. Talking about video games and movies, that trailer that you showed me.
Oh, for Unrecord?
Yeah. I got a little bit more of an explanation why it looks so freaking realistic, though.
Did it get you that much that you had to look into it?
Oh, absolutely.
You were so thrown off. You're like, this is not a game. This is real.
And
even when I showed you the video of him playing it in like the game engine and like the builder or whatever, you're like, no, not true.
Well, there's also the way he was playing, showing it off. I can see it easily going both ways. Where like there are points that it does look game-ish, like the way the light is handled in the game, and like certain points where, like I was saying, at the end of the trailer, the guy get knocked over, he didn't look as realistic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But at the same time, everything else looked like it was body cam footage type of situation, and
that's what he's going for.
Right. And then his answer to people calling it out and saying, "Oh no, this is a video." Yes, he's showing that he's playing it out of his system, but at the same time, you could do the same thing and transpose it the way VFX works nowadays. I could see it going both ways.
Sure, but did you see the way that like the in-game character was moving when he was showing it off?
Yes, I did see that.
You tell me that's realistic.
Well, people can act stupid all the time. And then you just sync up the motions.
Case in point, look at us.
Yeah. Well,
so what did you find out?
Well, what was explained to me because I just randomly started watching. Linus actually talked about it on his podcast.
He just got engaged recently to his woman too.
I thought he was married already.
Linus Tech Tips?
Yeah.
I just saw a picture of him like on his knee with some lady with her hand.
Him and Yvonne aren't married? I thought they were.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Like, they have, like, 3 kids, have a house together, and everything. I honestly thought they were married. Good for him.
I don't know. I'm looking it up. Anyway, you were saying.
But, yeah, they were talking about it, and they were explaining it. And he was kind of a dick on the podcast, but... but they were explaining why it looks so realistic. It's because... the images we're looking at are real shots. It's 3D scans of an area.
Ah.
And they even pointed for like certain situations where, like, at the beginning when you see them entering the building, if you look on the chain link fence, the poster that's on there, as you they get closer to it, the image looks more flattened type of situation, so it doesn't look as. But that's just because the scan wasn't as great in that type of situation.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where I saw that picture at. I'm gonna have to look for it.
Yeah. But it makes sense. But I'm like, holy shit, that's definitely a workaround to people spending hours and hours and hours designing things. Oh, there's a free app we can do on our phone that does almost the granted, it's a lot more basic version of it, but we can do exactly that. Set up your phone and scan up your entire room, and you have a 3D model of your freaking room.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of making games using like real world objects, there was a game, like an indie game, floating around Twitter recently. I saw where the characters that they designed to be in the game first started off as embroidery. They embroidered the character on like the little circle things and created them there, and then took that and then used that as the character model for their in-game character.
Okay.
So it's like the embroidered characters in the game wandering around and doing things.
No shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then a reply to that was someone who was like, my game, the world map and items, well, at least the world map and like some other things started off as intricate wood carvings. And then he showed like his giant map that he made, and it's all like using an X-Acto knife and carving out each little piece of it. And that's like the base map for the game.
Holy shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
there's some creative people.
oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's seeing stuff like that is what's making me think. All right, these are people figuring out ways to get around solutions where, like, for example, when Final Fantasy X came out, that looked beautiful at the time. Well, it still looks beautiful, but
For the time, it was
right,
mind-blowing.
absolutely. And we were like, shit's not gonna look more real.
Mm-hmm.
Look
at it now.
Look at it now. Based off of, even though the game systems have the limitations, people are figuring out ways to get around that.
That's why the PS3 and the 360 eras were some of the best for video games. They hit the ground running on that series system, whatever you want to call it. That console generation. There's the word I'm trying to think of. They hit the ground running with it, and they had plenty of build-up to work on games. And at the end of that cycle, you could see just how great some of the developers were with the Xbox and the PS3. Even though the PS3 was difficult to develop for, just the limitations didn't seem to matter for those things because they could push that hardware to the limit and it was fine. And then when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, it was kind of like a reset. And that's why things are still trying to play catch-up now, because we've had such shorter console lifespans, it feels like. Because once they get going on things, then it changes again. That's why Xbox is also kind of behind right now, because their hardware architecture is a little weird.
Yeah, because, actually, when was it? What was the distance between PS3 and PS4? Come on.
About, I want to say like 10 years, 11 years.
Yeah. And it's nowhere near that between PS4 and PS5. I highly doubt.
No, I think for that it's only been like 5 to 7 maybe.
Yeah. So I think that's where I want to say catch-22, but it's not really a catch-22. It's more of a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you got to keep up with evolving hardware, but then you have to learn how to use it too.
Right. And especially if that same hardware isn't really compatible type of situation.
See, that was the other issue too, is making everything backwards compatible with the other one, because you're so close to the previous generation, you want to bring that stuff along with you.
Right. Like, at least with perfect example is D1. At one point, the systems and the programming was so close that you could technically play the same character profile on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 and swap back and forth. And then at one point they just said, okay, we're bridging off. Make sure
Well, they were limiting themselves by updating it for the newer console generation. They were intentionally lagging themselves by doing that, which is why they had to drop support for the older stuff.
right. So at that point they were like, okay, we got to let this go so we can move forward.
Yep. It's a lot.
Yeah. I'm both scared and amazed as to what we're gonna be seeing.
It'll be interesting.
Yes, it will.
Also interesting, Dead Island 2 finally came out. It was real. It's a real game. It finally made it across the finish line.
Woohoo!
And everything that I'm hearing about it says that it's okay. They say it's fun. Killing zombies and stuff is great. I've seen it in action. It looks like a gory fun time, but not much in the terms of story and questing. It's a lot of like fetch questing and like bare bones story.
But it's a
They
zombie
really hit
killing
hard
game.
with the zombie killing. Yeah, it is, but like you're still playing a game. You expect to have some sort of story that's supposed to grab you and be immersive and stuff, and all they have to show for it is zombie killing.
I think they hit their mark.
I mean, if that's what they really wanted to do and show off their zombie killing mechanics, yeah, they nailed it. No problem. But not much else of substance to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's getting decent reviews.
As long as they're doing good.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me want to run out and get it. And since we're talking about reviews too, Redfall's embargo is being lifted since it's coming out tomorrow.
Yay.
So people are letting you know how they feel about the game and their review scores and stuff.
Yeah. How's that looking?
Yeah. Not so good.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, people are saying it's a fun game. I've seen videos and it looks like it would be fun to play and it doesn't look terrible, but like, I don't know. These reviews just aren't happy with it.
Mm.
I need to read some more of them and see what's going on. And then download it tomorrow and check it out myself.
Yeah. So
Stop trying to serenade me. It's not bedtime yet.
I'm sorry. So PlayStation bought fireworks, huh?
Yeah, they bought fireworks.
Oh, Firewalk. Okay, sorry.
They bought fireworks. Yay! They were so thrilled that they bought Firewalk Studios that they had to go and buy fireworks too.
Why not? I would.
Fair. But yes, this was Firewalk Studios, I believe, was ex-Bungie developers. And they haven't even had a game come out yet. They've just been working with PlayStation to make a game. And now Sony was just like outright bought them. So, still working on a game. Hasn't come out yet, but they're like, yeah, you work for us now.
Maybe
I mean, that you're basically securing their financial future by doing so. It's like, yeah, your doors are going to stay open and we'll provide funds for you to make your games.
maybe they're getting tired of Microsoft buying shit.
I mean, all that's kind of stalled right now with the Activision-Blizzard thing. You want to jump straight to that, or you want to wait?
Yeah, we could jump straight to that. Because I want
You
more
wanna?
details.
Okay. I think this is gonna, like, spawn a conversation, too, from it.
Okay.
You really want to jump to that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we got on the dock? What does it say? What's the news?
The UK put the kibosh on the deal.
Mm-hmm.
What people don't, if you don't already know, UK put the kibosh on it on 4/26. A lot of
April
people.
26th.
April 26. 4/26. April 26. Do your
Some
math,
people might not know. Hey, if you're over there in Europe and Britain and stuff, it's going to be 26.4.
Fair enough.
So suck a butt.
But people were actually expecting them to approve it. Says CMA stating cloud gaming as their stocking point.
Stopping. That stocking was misspelled.
Oh,
I need to learn English.
and you were correcting me on the date, huh?
Kiss my ass.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, the CMA said no go. Even though a lot of people and outlets that were following the news and some were more in tune with like purchases and stuff and more or less know what's going on and those kind of things were expecting the deal to go through because, Microsoft has been making these deals and signing papers and stuff saying, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to provide these for people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They expected that it was going to go through, but then the CMA came back and said no go because what about cloud gaming?
Now, well,
They somehow... Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, what was their issue with the cloud gaming?
That it would give Microsoft too much of an edge, especially having heavy hitters like Call of Duty for the cloud gaming market, because apparently they expect that to be something that's going to start increasing in value and range soon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox and Microsoft themselves have a pretty good, I don't know if network's the right word, but they're set up for it basically. Because we already have like the xCloud gaming,
Mm-hmm.
where, whatever games I have, I can play on my phone or another computer just by going to cloud gaming.
Right.
And just have a controller. And I have access to all that stuff and all my saves are on the cloud already.
Right.
We talked about how Sony has partnered with some company or two and are working on building out something for cloud gaming, I think.
Okay.
Nintendo, you don't have to do any of that shit. If you're online, you have access to the games. If not, you can play your games offline too. But the CMA just sees cloud gaming as the next avenue of games delivery and ways to play it. And with this deal, there's nothing in place that protects other companies and industries from Microsoft's stranglehold on the cloud gaming scene, market, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to... They never said that they're going to do it if Xbox works on that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But they've already started doing that. Xbox is going to appeal the decision already, and they've, I don't even know if it was a day afterwards. It might have been a day or maybe even 2 days afterwards. But they announced a deal with some company to expand internet and gaming capabilities to certain countries, to be able to play games via the cloud in those countries.
Okay.
So, as soon as that thing was announced, they were already hitting the ground trying to make deals and make things happen to smooth it over.
My thinking is, what is their concern that they already have their foot that far in the door and are gonna be that, they think they're gonna be that prolific that it's gonna be hard for, like, let's say Sony or if Nintendo want to do their own cloud gaming to expand their reaches that far?
Okay, pulled from their own website, I'm going to say this from them. I think this is specifically from them, but it says, quote, Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services, and the evidence available to the CMA show that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision's games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service. Microsoft already accounts for an estimated 60 to 70% of global cloud gaming services and has other important strengths in cloud gaming from owning Xbox, the leading PC operating system, which is Windows, and a global cloud computing infrastructure, which is Azure and Xbox Cloud Gaming. So there you go. They're worried that it's going to become too monopolistic in Microsoft's favor.
The way I get where they're coming from. the way I see it, it's the same idea as what Apple does with all their products. You have a Mac, you have an iPad, you have an iPhone. You can whatever you have on
I
one.
feel like that's a totally separate thing though, because Microsoft is also doing that with their stuff.
I don't see how that's any different then. They're just making it more ease of access.
Well, I mean, the key word in this thing was exclusive. Just because they own this, sure, it could be on systems.
Mm-hmm.
But say Sony gets something up and running to where they have a competitive cloud gaming platform. Xbox owns those games from Activision-Blizzard, hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
If Sony gets it up and running, they can say, nah, they can be on your hardware, but it can't be on your cloud gaming service. That's what they're worried about.
How is that any different than what games are currently doing?
Because Xbox has a head start, basically, an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
When they own they estimate 60 to 70% of the global cloud gaming infrastructure.
How is that their fault, though?
When you are making businesses and these businesses are making money, you don't want a monopoly. It's not good for a consumer market. Or, I'm sorry, a commercial market. You need competition.
And I get it, because we're seeing what the monopolies are doing right now with cable television and electricity and gas and stuff like that. We can see it in those instances, but at the same time, that's where, like, I don't know. I think I'm sort of answering my own question. And I'm starting to understand a little bit more. But, like, how is that Microsoft's fault for having their systems set up and are successful enough with it over, let's say, Nintendo or Sony?
It's not, but it's bad business practices to lock everybody else out from something when you already own the majority of it to begin with. It's basically playing, if you want to play ball, you have to come to my house.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
I get that, but nobody's saying that they're gonna do that either.
You're right, they're not. But there is that worry there, and that's what's stopping them. And they have the say in that matter. I feel like Microsoft should just do like something completely insane. And, well, hang on. Before I throw out my idea here, you mentioned like gas and water and stuff like that. Those are government utilities that are usually like regulated by your state or whatever. Mm. What do you think if internet became a utility that did the same thing, or it was metered in the same way?
I honestly think
not even that. That's too far. If I say metered in the same way, then that means that they're going to charge you per like gigabit you download.
Right.
Maybe more like infinite internet. You just have to pay like a dividend a month, like we did with phone lines. Should it be a utility that everybody has access to and we have to create this infrastructure for every city? Or should it just stay as it is?
Isn't internet basically a utility?
That's what I'm saying. It's not treated as a utility. It's not protected like a utility is. But at this point, with how important it is to everyday life, do you think it should be?
Oh, absolutely. It 100% should be. It should be a utility. Because almost, if you look at all the newest technology, almost all of it runs on internet to some degree. Look at our thermostats. Look at, for Christ's sakes, look
security cameras.
Yeah. You can look at your security cameras. My freaking washing machine and dryer. I didn't even know it had some type of smartphone function where you can connect to it to check on the status of your systems.
I guess let's come back around to the question. You think it should be treated as a utility? Or it should be a utility that everyone has access to, like a line in your house, just like phone lines were?
Oh, absolutely, at this point. Hell, even at one point, cable access was sort of a utility. You didn't actually have to pay for cable. You plug your TV into the jack, and you get the base channels.
This is gonna sound like I'm really ignorant, but is that where like basic cable came from?
Yeah, basically. Because I think if I'm not mistaken, there was some type of regulations where people should be able to have access to like local channels and news and stuff like that, just in case of an emergency or something.
Well, yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah, that kind of changed over when antennas were done away with.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, what does the ruling make sense to you now?
It makes sense to me. I think that's where, like I said, that's where I was getting at with like the power and more along the lines of cable, where like for our area we have Comcast.
I was gonna say, look at Comcast. They're everywhere, and like you always know that they're there just because of how big they are, and they're almost like a monopoly. There is still competition, but it's hard for them to compete.
There's competition, but they're not able, because of the contracts that they make with the local governments. You're never gonna see that competition. Like in this area, I don't know.
There needs to be more infrastructure.
Right.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I'm waiting to see what more deals Microsoft is going to make and if it changes their minds or not.
Right.
We shall see. Something I added on the list that I found pretty neat, especially for like game conservation and stuff like that, or preservation even. Game preservation was the U.S. version of Paper Mario has been 100% decompiled after 3 years of work.
Yay!
Man, you are interrupting the podcast. Work on your bottle, please. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know who's. I didn't write the name down of the person who's doing the work, or if their team's doing the work. But it says that more work has to be done before it can be completely ported over to the PC. But once it does, then that means that it will basically play natively in the PC and can maybe even be retrofit to fit on other things.
Yay! It sounds like Raspberry Pi time.
Kinda. Or just like, I've got the game, I can put it on devices and play it as I want to now. It's I think it's good. ROMs, emulators, digital versions of video games, we need that stuff, especially for preservation alone. Just keeping a record of that stuff and having it to look back on, and like even the source code to see where things came from, and maybe even be able to use that for like games later on. To me, I think that kind of stuff's important because it's another piece of history.
Oh, agreed. I think perfect example. Perfect example of situations like where Nintendo keeps closing their eShops for different consoles.
Yes, so I'm glad you brought that up. Do you know who Gerard the Completionist is?
I think so. If it's who I think it is, it's the same. You're getting into the point I was actually just about to say. So continue.
No. You go ahead. You make the point. I want to hear you.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember hearing somewhere where when Nintendo was making the decisions to like shut down the eShops, was it for the DS or the Wii?
Yes, sir. It was the DS.
He actually spent like thousands of dollars to buy every single game in the game store before it shut down.
Yes. That's exactly what I was getting at too. Yes.
And then
spent a shit ton of money across a bunch of different flash drives and stuff, or like SD cards, to be able to hold on to these games, just for the preservation aspect, because you cannot have these or access these games on the services again. Once they're gone, that's it.
Oh, absolutely. And didn't he end up donating the systems too?
Yes, to the fuck. Of course, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was like. Funny enough, I think it was like the Video Game Preservation Society or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just basically like a, not even a museum, just like holding on to that stuff for preservation purposes alone. Yeah, I know.
That man right there is a hero because those systems were priceless at that point.
Yeah, and having just a working record of all those games too is a big deal. We have a third host to the podcast today.
Say hi, Lauren.
Now that we ate and we're awake again, we're going to talk? Okay.
Oh, the smiles.
So I had written on here that Star Wars Jedi Survivors was going to be about 150 gigs big.
Oh.
Yeah, it's huge, and it also released, and it's people are praising it, but apparently the PC version of it is really bad.
Wow. Why?
Like, it runs like doo-doo.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Is it just because it's not the systems aren't handling it very well, or?
Consoles are fine. It's the PC port that is just having issues like stuttering and frame rate issues. But they today I think they're pushing out a patch for. It's either one or the other. They've got a PC patch and a console patch. One is going out today and one's going out tomorrow.
Hopefully that fixes it.
So that's all. It's still everything I've read is that it's a good game. It's fun. It's just got to fix those little issues.
Please fix them.
Please, I like the first game. I want it to be in a good spot before I even bothered buying this one. But that's okay. You're not going to see me in 2 weeks anyway. Tears of the Kingdom comes out.
Oh, so
I ain't playing jack shit.
So you're going into hiding.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be playing that game day and night.
So basically you're telling me I should monopolize you on Destiny for the foreseeable future.
Use me before you lose me, boy.
That's okay. That works for me.
How about that? Speaking of the king of use it or lose it, did you watch the Nintendo Indieworld showcase?
I did not.
Because Nintendo is either play the game or we'll get rid of it.
Really?
I mean, that's basically what they did with the 3DS. I'm making a callback reference and a joke at the same time. Anywho, you didn't watch the Indieworld showcase this time?
I did not, unfortunately. My addiction has gotten the best of me.
Destiny really beat it out?
Apparently.
All right. I mean, there wasn't much to it. I'll list off the games that I actually wrote down, and that was... Bless you. Good burp. I'll be doing a lot of cutting around this one at the end. Okay, the list of games are Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which I cannot fucking wait for. And it finally got a release date with this showcase. It's coming out in August.
Yay.
Blasphemous 2. I did not know they were making a second one. That got announced. Rift of the Necromancer. They just keep cranking out these rhythm games. Because they had Curse of the Necromancer, and then they had...
Necromancer or Necrodancer?
Necrodancer.
Okay, you keep saying Necromancer, and I wasn't sure.
Sorry,
if it was
it's Necrodancer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they had the Hyrule version of it for Legend of Zelda, and now they're making... This one seems like it's more rock than... Like, more rock-focused.
Okay.
Especially because, like, the trailer music and the way the gameplay looked. Oxenfree, the sequel, is coming out. Apparently it's only on the Switch and PS5. No Xbox version, unless it's coming at a later date.
Maybe.
Animal Well. Never heard of that game, didn't see anything about it. That got announced. Shadows Over Loathing. Don't know jack shit about that. You should watch that trailer.
Okay.
It's very weird. The game is all stick people. All stick people all the time, monsters included.
Okay.
It's all like very simple line drawings and stuff, but it's really funny. And then My Time at Sandrock, which is a sequel to My Time at Portia, which was a I don't know if it was a monster fighting game as well, but it was a lot of like farming and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah. I'm most excited for Bomber Cyberpunk. Just because it's like a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio Future. Same art style, same kind of gameplay style. Music is made by Hideki Naganuma, same guy who made the music for Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
So,
It's one of those weird small niche games that I can't wait to play.
so we'll be expecting your review in August?
Hell yeah. Seeing that game a lot too has made me want to play Jet Set Radio Future again. The only issue with that is I don't own an original Xbox to play my disc on.
Aww.
Yeah. Also, my laptop does not have an optical drive, so even if I got like the Xbox emulator on the laptop, I couldn't play the game anyway.
Yeah, it sucks.
That is what it is.
Oh.
Oh, you can run down the list really quick too, but I thought it was a neat marketing thing for Street Fighter 6 to put out their first round of DLC fighters. Usually they don't announce that until like after the game's out, or like when it's launching they'll give you, I don't know, they'll give you like what silhouettes or 5 random question marks and say, here's our characters, and then they'll show one and then wait until weeks down the road to give a reveal of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this time they're just like, here's the 5 characters, here's about the time you can expect them. And that was it. So who do we got on the list?
So this time around we got Rashid, Aki, Ed, and Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
Rashid and Aki will be 2023. Ed and Akuma 2024.
It's kind of interesting that they're doing 2 characters a year out from the game too. Wonder how much work really goes into making them.
This is very true. I'm assuming they're expecting it to do well enough that they know a year out is gonna be okay.
Yeah, they might be giving themselves some wiggle room just in case they get it done early or something.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
A bit of me news. I am almost done with Vampire Survivors.
Yay!
I have 12 or 14 achievement left. 12. Let me try that again. From the top, I have about 12 or 14 more achievements left to get.
Out of how many?
184.
Holy shit!
That 184 is including both DLCs that they put out for it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've gotten 160 something out of 184 achievements. I am almost finished.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I love that game so much. It's so fun. Even now, dude, I'm unlocking stuff that I didn't even know about or I'm just learning about, and it's just breathing new life into the game. It's a whole new way to play. It's so fun.
As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's the important part.
Oh, I am. And I don't care who knows it. It's such a good game, as ridiculous as it is. Dude, even Meg played around last night. She's like, I was going to try Vampire Survivors for fun. So she actually like ran around and did pretty well.
Ah, cool. How did you
She
tell?
has never showed interest in that game either. So I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, play.
And did you tell her you can play it on her phone?
No, I did not. But I did coach her through some things. I'm like, here's some general things about the game that you should know. If you're going to do this, you might want to try doing this because you can do this with that. And have fun. She did pretty good.
So you're very proud of it.
Yeah. I'll tell everybody about that game. Go buy it. It's only $5.
Or you get it for free on mobile. Oh wait, no, you got to pay for the expansions too.
Mm-hmm. But they have a deal on Steam where it's like, what, $10 for everything or something like that.
No shit, that's not bad.
I mean, the game itself was $5 and each DLC was like 2 or 3. So.
Yeah, because I think we had said the most recent one was like $2.99 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So do it, people! Buy the game! Buy the expansion! Have fun!
It's worth it. Also, if you like cloud gaming, it's really easily run on cloud too.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. I took my controller and my phone when Meg was in a wedding recently, and I was in the hotel with the kids, so I was like, kids are in bed. I don't have anything to do. Let's load up Vampire Survivors on the phone. So I did that and played for a little while. It works.
Why the hell not?
Oh yeah, just for you, Sony confirmed that more of their games are coming to PC. They're working on it.
Yay!
That one's just for you.
Catch up, Sony. God damn it. You're making it way too easy for Microsoft to monopolize.
Catch up, sure, but also make sure that the ports are good. Look at what happened in The Last of Us 1.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Don't be cheap bastards.
I don't even know what the issue is when it comes to PC ports, but take the time you need.
Pretty much, because at this point, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Sony, but...
Oh, that's cool. Minecraft Legends reaches over 3 million players.
Yay,
That's
Minecraft. I have yet to play a Minecraft game.
What? You've never played Minecraft?
Not even once.
Wow. Okay. So, on the simple fact that you like Starfield and was building bases and destroying things, I think you'll love Minecraft.
I think I would too, but I have a feeling it's going to turn into one of those games where look at how easily addicted I got to
Yes,
Destiny.
that's exactly what I was thinking too. You're going to play Minecraft, and that's all you're going to be about for at least a month. Then you're going to burn yourself out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fine. That's basically what I did too. I played it hard and for so long, and now I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. It's more fun when you have someone to play with and a goal, but
Yeah.
like, there's just, I can't do it anymore.
I think that's one of the main reasons why I don't play WoW or any of those type of games, because one, I don't want to pay the monthly subscription, and two, I'll be a shut-in. All I can picture is the guy from the WoW episode of South Park, and I can easily see that happening, and I'm like, no, that's not. I want to go in the other direction. Thank you very much.
I like my showers and taking care of myself and seeing outside.
Pretty much. I don't want to look like Jabba the Hutt. Thank you. I'm actually surprised Disney hasn't done like a meet and greet Jabba the Hutt type of thing. I think that would be pretty cool.
That really cool. That'd be interesting. But remember, he was a fucking slave trader and a crime boss. Why would you want people to meet him?
Well, you can meet Megatron in freaking Universal.
That's Universal. That's not Disney. Oh, well, you know, Disney does have their villains roaming around too, so I guess it's not too far off.
Pretty much. And then, especially where Star Wars Land at Hollywood looks basically like the slave trader outpost. So
What? It's Batu. It's a trader outpost. It's on the up and up. It's not. It's not Tatooine, man, or Coruscant, or wherever it is.
fine, chew me out, why don't you?
I will. Arr, 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 arr. All right, sir. It's about midnight. You ready to call it?
Yes, we can call it.
Okay. I also have a sleeping baby on me that I need to put back in her bed, so.
Not ready, brother. Well, everybody, good night.
What? Hang on. You always say goodnight, and then it's like, oh yeah, we gotta do something else.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get there.
Okay.
I didn't forget.
Get there.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Where can you find
You always
us?
say goodnight first. Fuck you. Make me wake the baby up.
Watch the
Places.
language.
She's asleep, and she doesn't know English yet.
Watch with your luck with that mouth, she's gonna repeat something because she can find it easy to say.
Uh-huh. Don't need any of that stuff right now. What's your baby's first word? Fuck!
Oh, Jesus.
No thanks. All right. You find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and Anchor's website. And we're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Ramblepack Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Ramblepack Podcast on Facebook. You can find us. And we'll have a new logo soon.
So keep an eye out
And
for
I'm
that.
still working on getting YouTube ready.
So we may be doing video streams soon. Yay!
At the very least, I can put our podcast up on YouTube. Like, I'll sync the old videos, and for the ones that I don't have the video of, or I have to do more to the audio, I will just use like the new logo and have it bounce around the video screen, so it's just us talking.
Okay.
That's how some other podcasts do it.
Listen, guys.
Makes life easy.
We love you. Thank you. And, oh, yeah, by the way, happy 1 year anniversary. It's belated.
Oh, yeah. It's been a whole year since we've started this crazy show. And I know that since the beginning it's undergone some changes, but I feel like we found our groove now.
Pretty much. So
It's working.
we appreciate everybody who stuck around this long.
We're not done yet.
This is true.
I'm making noises.
Only good things here from here on out.
More to come. Still to come. Okay, baby. Put your tongue to bed.
Bye, guys.
All right.